Back in 1961, my dad and his 4 brothers, my dad was the youngest, started a scholarship fund in honor of their parents' 50th wedding anniversary, the W.A. and Minna Mache Maley Scholarship Fund. And back then, each of the boys, of the 5 boys as we call them, would contribute $50 to this scholarship, and it was a $250 scholarship for a graduate of Oakville High School. And it was a big deal. That scholarship went to the class salutatorian or valedictorian every year. And for many years, the 5 men funded it out of their own pockets each year. Each would chip in their $50. And I know $250 doesn't sound like much, but my cousin, who was in college back at that time, said that paid for a whole semester of tuition, plus my room and board.
Wow.
Okay?
That's great.
You know, I mean, if I had, $250 would have covered that.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe his books. Okay, so it was a big deal. And so they did that for many years. And then they decided to create their own foundation. There are 4 lawyers in this bunch, so they figured out how to do that on their own. And so they had their own foundation, and then they funded it. It wasn't exactly endowed, but they did fund it so that it had income that would spin off to pay for the scholarship. And eventually, my uncle, the one that I practiced with, became familiar with the community foundation and thought it would be wise to dissolve their own foundation and move the fund here as a scholarship fund. It was probably one of the very earliest funds that came here. Mm-hmm. And over the years, the family, not only the 5 men, but their children, their grandchildren, different connections to the family, have contributed to the fund. And it is now fully endowing a 4-year scholarship of, I don't know the exact amount, but it's several $1,000s a year for 4 years. And it's a big deal. Each year, a family member goes down to the graduation, or up, I guess, because of where we live, and is there for the presentation of the scholarship. And so it's been neat to see how a charitable intent can grow. You know, your first charitable gift doesn't have to be the endowed scholarship. It starts with an idea of how you can make a difference in someone's life. And it starts in 1961. Okay, and it grows to something completely different than that today. And it's been enjoyable to be a part of that.